Well, good evening, folks, and welcome to Thompson Falls, Montana. James LaFontaine, the voice of the Vikes and Vals here in Thompson Falls, where the Valkyries, game's running a little bit behind, getting ready to tip off against Thompson Falls Lady Bluehawks. Thompson Falls Bluehawks, they're 3-0 in conference and 7-0 overall. The Valkyries 4-0 in conference and 8-0 overall here in Class B. Took on 3 Class A teams and took care of those. And the pregame brought to you by Bigfork Harvest Foods for all your grocery needs, including an amazing bakery and deli at 8111 Highway 35, Bigfork, Montana, 837-5010. Bigfork Harvest Food. Thanks, Marcus Balgos and the folks at Bigfork Harvest Foods for sponsoring Valkyrie basketball. Had a chance to sit down with the head coach of the Valkyries prior to the ball game and talk about the season, how it's going, and tonight's ball game, battle for first place here in 7B. And this is what head coach Courtney Gunlock had to say in the pregame. Well, good evening and welcome to Thompson Falls, Montana. This is James LaFontaine, the voice of the Vikes and the Vals, with the head coach of the Valkyries, Courtney Gunlock, and getting ready to take on the Thompson Falls Lady Hawks or Lady Bluehawks. The Bluehawks are 3-0 in conference, 7-0 overall. You guys are 4-0 conference and 8-0 overall. So before we talk about the matchup with them tonight, you guys unbeaten on the season. You've faced 3 Class A teams and done really well, and then the other ones in Class B really haven't given you much of competition. As a coach, how do you get through games like that where they're not as competitive, but you guys work on the things that you need to do?
It is challenging to keep them playing at a high level. When you do play teams that don't have as much talent as us, we try to have goals, certain goals that we try to set, having to make a certain amount of passes, working on, slowing it down if we were in a game situation where we needed to do that, and it was a tight game and we needed to stall. So just kind of trying to work on specific things that we might need coming down the stretch.
Yeah, and I noticed that against Troy and the boys that are in the stands, they were counting the passes for you. So kind of, I know your bench started to do it, and then the fans kind of picked up on it in the student section. And then I really like what you did the other night against Deer Lodge or Powell County, a Class B school. And I thought they'd be a little more competitive, but they apparently one of their girls injured her knee and is out that I usually see out there playing. But she's not playing because of that. But that wouldn't have obviously made a difference. But I really like what you worked in the fourth quarter. You were working on your delay game, kind of things. You got to do those in game situations, and I thought that was really good and what you guys were looking for in that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, we call it tempo, and obviously we're trying to slow it down. Sometimes to conserve energy. I feel like we can maybe rest a little bit more on offense at times, and when we have a lead like 18 points, which we found ourselves in a lot this season, we don't need to be shooting at the end of the games all the time. And so we're just trying to practice those things that we're going to need later on.
Yeah, when we get into divisionals and then get beyond that. If you guys get beyond divisionals, I think you have a great chance as well at the state level. Some of these teams on the east side, if you have to do that. So that I thought that was really good. Your team is just playing phenomenal. I've haven't got to see a couple games on the road, obviously, because the boys are playing home, so I got to stay home. But I was really very impressed with. Obviously, the tip-off tournament, the first time I got to see you, and I talked about that already. I wish I would have got to see you guys against Sioux Falls, but I will here in a few weeks when Sioux Falls comes to Bigfork to play, so that'll be interesting. Well, so you got Thompson Falls tonight. Thompson Falls unbeaten. Their game against Eureka was canceled. I talked to the coach due to weather conditions, so they haven't taken on Eureka, which you have beat, but they beat everybody else. Troy is down, obviously. Plains coming back to Class B, and then Mission as well. So talk about tonight's matchup. They're unbeaten. You guys are unbeaten, but I think you guys have. I love your starting lineup. The 2 freshmen, Braden and Ava. Of course, Madison does a great job. We're really working on that middle shot free throw, and then underneath Scout, who can also step out, and then Emma. You guys are so talented with your starting 5, and then the ones that come off the bench. We'll talk about those in just a minute.
Yeah, no, I've been very pleased with especially my starting five and the team ball they've been playing. I feel like they've been really unselfish for the most part, and I'm very proud of that. Any one of them can score, so who do you stop? On any given night, it's going to be someone else's night, and I like that. It makes it very challenging to guard us and to focus on certain individuals. Maddie Chapius is just, I can't say enough about her hard work and the dirty work she does with rebounds and the unselfish assists and the hard defense that she gives us. She's just a really well-rounded, unselfish player. And everybody else is contributing, and we've been shooting well and staying out of foul trouble, which we need to do all those tonight.
Yeah, you guys, I watched in the games. You guys are unselfish, and that's key to a really good team. You play great defense, you rebound, you push the ball up the court, and you feed the open guy, right? And then they score the bucket. And I've seen a couple where it goes back and forth, and that is fun basketball to watch, not only for me but the fans to come and watch a good team like that. And we had a lot of fans out in the stands on Saturday and that was nice to see. Probably the first time for some of those guys to get to see you play. The Troy game wasn't as. It was different. Mm-hmm. This one thought might be a little more competitive, but obviously you guys played so well against them. But, coming off your bench, you have the two Callies, Martins and Gambala, and then you have Ellie Jort, who does a great job, Zoe, and also you got Kenny Wade, who came in, and then now Annika Ranson also can score for you guys. So, even a second five for you can come in and toe the road and do a good job for you. So how do you work that with games getting up? And I think you've done a good job is getting some of those subs in there in game time. So down the road, if you need them, you've got them in condition to play.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We need to get them experience because who knows when we need them due to injury, illness, foul trouble. And so, yeah, it is a challenge sometimes to get them in the game. I thought we've had some good opportunities for them to get some good minutes, and they're really stepping up and they're gaining confidence, and our team chemistry is definitely developing.
Yeah, and they're unselfish as well. Yes. Ellie does a nice job bringing the ball up the court. Callie Gambala in the paint, really good with that left hand and using the glass. And then Callie Martins, she has that nice little jump shot just outside, probably about 12 to 15 feet. And she seems like she makes it all the time. And then, Zoe can shoot it from the outside from the three-point range as she gets in there as well. And then, who am I missing?
Callie Gambala.
Oh, Callie Gambala. Yeah, we just talked. That's what I started talking about. Gambala inside. And then Kenny Wade, obviously a freshman, getting some experience for you as well. So I thought she did a good job, not shooting quite yet, but understanding her role. And you guys are just playing basketball very well, and it's fun to watch.
Yeah, no, it is. I think it is actually fun to watch our team this year, and I'm glad that we're getting more people out to watch us. We have a fast-paced game, and we do score quite a few points, so it is fun girls basketball.
Well, just so you know, when I see people in the thing and they ask me how games are going, I says you guys have to come watch the girls play. You'll be absolutely amazed at the way they are. And I was so impressed because I'd never seen Braden play or Ava, back in 8th grade. I didn't go over and watch those games and see. I've heard stories, right? But to see them live when I first saw them against Kellogg and then Butte Central, I was impressed by them. And by that, them coming up and with Scout as well as Madison, I think that takes a lot of pressure off the senior Emma, who took a lot on her the last couple of years as a starter, and now she probably gets to sit back and relax a little bit and play with an outstanding team, and that she's not as counted on as much, but she can score at any time as well.
Yeah, no, I think it's allowed her to not get as fatigued in games. It's allowed her not to get into the foul trouble she was with frustration maybe and fatigue last year. And actually, it's really shown that she gets more opportunity because she's not guarded one-on-one, box-and-one all the time. And I gotta give it to the upperclassmen to embrace those two freshmen as they have and avoid being jealous. And it's really brought this team to another level.
Well, I think you've done an outstanding job. So tonight we take on, Thompson Falls, and they've been your nemesis the last couple of years. I would say during the regular season, sweeping you the last couple of years, but then you get back and take care of them in divisionals, which I thought was good. So, and they have some players. Well, the Baxter girl, and then Van Huss underneath. I'm trying to think. Katie Alexander. I was looking for one, but she's not on there. Chesney Lowe as well, but Ellie Baxter, who's been starting since a freshman. Talk about what you guys got to do against Thompson Falls tonight.
Yeah, I mean they're a talented team, and they get up and down the floor. They run a fast tempoed pace. They have 2 transfers that came in. 12. She's from Stevensville. LaCour, and then 24 came from Big Timber. They both start, and they've been a great addition to his program. So, they're a talented group, and we're going to have to play at a high level to come out victorious tonight.
Well, I'm looking forward to the game, and I know you asked me, you didn't think you see me there, but I wouldn't miss a game like this, especially, I like the folks at Thompson Falls. They always treat us well, so I like coming over here. So I'm looking forward to you guys taking on Thompson Falls tonight, and as always, I appreciate talking to you on the pregame, and I'd like to talk to you on the postgame as well. So we'll see how the things go today, and good luck today, and let's go Vals.
Yeah, go Vals. Thank you.
All right, head coach Courtney Gunlock on the pregame show, talking to her and talking about the season and what's going on tonight. Taking on Thompson Falls, the Lady Bluehawks. Just a few minutes till tip-off here in Thompson Falls, Montana. James LaFontaine, the voice of the Vikes and the Vals, with you. I understand the NFHS network is down. They're trying to work on it and get it fixed. You can message me on the messenger here on Google on the BFST events. I get those messages now. I know where to look for them. Or you can text me, 406-270-7384. Let me know you're listening out there. And a big game, a battle for first place. Both teams unbeaten, 7-0. Thompson Falls, 8-0. Bigfork. And 3-0 the conference for Thompson Falls, and 4-0 for the Valkyries here. So let's wrap up basically the first half round of games against conference for Bigfork. One of the games Thompson Falls was supposed to play, Eureka didn't get because of weather. And the other girl I was thinking about for Thompson Falls not playing this year, I asked Ellie Pardee, who was a senior, but she's not playing. Good ball player, and I'm not sure why she's not playing for Thompson Falls this year. So pregame brought to you by Bigfork Harvest Foods. Let's take a look at the starting lineups. First of all, brought to you by the Montana Athletic Club. What's keeping you from getting fit? Discounted guest passes, Pilates, lots of things going on over at the Montana Athletic Club. They added a bunch of stuff a couple years ago, so get over there and talk to Doug and Nancy Malum. 837-2582, the Montana Athletic Club over there on Holt Drive in Bigfork, Montana. First of all, the starters for Thompson Falls, the Lady Hawks. Captain number 4, Ellie Baxter. I talked about her. She's a 5'10 junior guard. Been starting since she was a freshman. Really good ball player. 5'8 guard junior. Number 5, Natalie Roberts. Chesney Lowe, number 10 at 5'5, a junior guard. And then the 2 transfers, what the coach talked about. At 5'8", a senior forward, number 12, Captain Malia LaCour. And then a 5'11 junior forward, number 24, Avery Burgess. For head coach Chad Law, assisted by Scott Pardee and Sandra Kazmerzak. For the Valkyries, our usual starters have started all year long. It'll be senior Captain 5'8 guard, number 11, Emma Barrett. And then a 5'10 junior guard forward, number 14, Madison Chapius. The freshman at 5'7, a guard, number 15, Ava Davey. And the other freshman, guard forward, 5'11, a freshman, number 21, Braden Gunlock. And then finally rounding out the starting line, the captain, 5'11 forward and post, just a junior, Scout Nadeau. For head coach Courtney Gunlock, assisted by Jasper Torres, Brandy Couture, and Paula Sullivan. Scores earlier, if you want to get those in the C game, it was 56-26, the Valkyries winning that. And JV running behind, just finished up, and Bigfork winning that one 58-35. So your scores both for the C team and then also for JV. So getting ready to take on Thompson Falls, get ready for the national anthem. We'll stay right here for that. and then we'll get underway here in Thompson Falls, Montana. Well, the Thompson Falls Pep Band playing the national anthem here. And we're getting ready to get tip off here after they do introductions here. Brenda, Jordan, Jack Gannier out there listening as well. And they'll get the starting lineups first of all for Bigfork. Emma Barrett, the senior, being introduced. 3 seniors on Bigfork's team. Emma starting, a 4-year starter, and then we got Callie Martins coming off the bench, and then Hannah Ayers as well. So and scout for head coach Courtney Gunlock, about ready to tip things off here in Thompson Falls.
And now, under the direction of head coach Chad Laws, assisted by Scott Barney and Sandra Kazmazak, here's the starting lineup for your Thompson Falls Lady Hawks.
Hoagie Hogan listening out there. Go Vows. You need plowing. Hoagie Hogan's the man that can get that done for you. He does that for B, so I can get out and get on the road to these games. Malia, the transfer.
And the 5'11" junior, number 24, Avery Burgess.
And Burgess, the transfer as well. Haven't seen either one of those plays, obviously, because they've transferred in. I've seen the rest of them play for Thompson Falls. And tip-off. Tip-off brought to you by the Flathead Lake Lodge, brought to you by Averill's Flathead Lake Lodge, where they're proudly supported Bigfork Athletics since 1945. And Gunlock will be tipping it up for Bigfork. And she'll go up against number 4, Ellie Baxter. Valkyries heading right to left. Thompson Falls left to right on your dial. All right, we're ready to go here from Thompson Falls, Montana, in a battle for first place in 7B. Tips it to Davey. Davey quickly up, gives it to underneath the Barrett. Barrett off the glass and scores quickly. Under 5 seconds, Valkyries up by 2. Low. Kick to the right side of LaCour. LaCour baseline, knocked away and poked away by Emma Barrett. And Thompson Falls to inbounds Underneath, it's number 12, LaCour. The inbounds for Thompson Falls. Gets it in quickly to Roberts. Roberts on the right wing. Out, picks up her dribble. Defense, low up top. Kicks it out to Baxter. Baxter on the right wing. Guarded there man by Chapius. Chapius taking it all the way out to half court. Picks up her dribble. Gives it over to Burgess. Burgess on the drive. Picked up. And a traveling violation as defense, good defense put on there by the freshman for Bigfork, Gunlock. And Barrett will inbound to Gunlock. Gunlock brings it up across the timeline. And looks like Thompson Falls in his own. Quickly the scout, and they do at the top of the key. Knocked away. And LaCour gets up the court. Bigfork gets back, misses the layup, tipped around, brought down by Gunlock. Gunlock quickly up the court. Throws it all the way down to Nadeau on the left wing for Bigfork, out to Chapius. Chapius top of the key, over to Gunlock on the right side of the corner. Emma Barrett looking. Pump fakes, travels. As she got off to the races before putting the basketball on the court. And a traveling violation, a turnover by Bigfork. Just under 7 minutes here to go. 6:55, counting Valkyries up 2-0. Over to Burgess. Burgess on the left wing, back out to Lowe. Lowe top of the key, looking to drive on Davy. Davy makes her pick up her dribble, gives it out to Baxter. Baxter back to Lowe. In the right court, LaCour. Back baseline. Quickly out. Lowe, top of the key, guarded there by Gunlock. And out to Baxter. Long three-point shot on the way off the rim, no good. Rebounded by LaCour. And a foul on the court. That three-point shot put up by Burgess. It'll be a foul on Barrett, her first team foul on the Valkyries with 6:25 to go. On the near side, inbounding is Thompson Falls, gets it down low to Roberts. Roberts looks at Braden, left-hand hit, misses it. Barrett grabs the rebound, and Barrett pushing up quickly. Across the timeline, top of the key, over the right side, Gunlock. Gunlock gets it into Chapius in the corner. Scout Nadeau looking to drive. Up, under, off the glass, and scores. Baseline, Scout Nadeau for two. And the Valkyries lead 4-0. Low, quickly up, tipped away, and knocked away by Gunlock. Chapius comes up with it, finds Davy down the court. Davy off the glass, high, bounces around off the rim, no good, and brought down and fought for Barrett on the ground. Davy comes up with it. Davy looking to kick it out, gets it over to Barrett. Barrett looking to drive in, takes it up, and they're going to call a held ball. And it'll be Thompson Falls with the arrow on that one. Barrett went down hard as she tried to go up and blocked by Thompson Falls. Callie Martin says Emma looked like she hit her elbow on the ground and comes out of the ball game. So Martins will come in for Barrett. And they'll run a 2-3 zone, does Bigfork. Low. Ava Davy nearly stealing it off her foot. And timeout taken by Thompson Falls. They'll take a 30-second timeout. 5:39 to go here in the first quarter, and the Valkyries lead 4-0 on your Hanson Excavating scoreboard. And we'll stay right here. So Valkyries up early, 4-0. Good looking to get out and run. And they'll go to a zone defense. Barrett smacked her right elbow on the ground on that held ball. And she'll look to get that taken care of. And the Valkyries will go. They're on defense. So Martin's in, Davy, Gunlock, Chapius, and Nadeau. Man defense, Baxter. Chapius knocks it off Baxter. Off her leg. She'll give it out to Low. Low top of the key. Guarded by Davy. She dribbles the right side, and she turns it over. She travels. Great pressure there by Davy on the nice defense, causing the turnover. Martins will inbound in the backcourt to Gunlock. Gets the ball in. Gunlock calling out the play. Gets across the top of the key and across the timeline. Looking underneath Chapius. Chapius looking to drive. Up, under, off the glass. Too strong by Madison. And rebounded there by LaCour. LaCour coming up, crossover, looking to drive the lane. And they're going to call a reach foul on Bigfork. And a reaching foul by number 30, Callie Martins. And Barrett back in the ballgame for Bigfork. LaCour inbound to Roberts. Roberts looking for Baxter. Throws it and knocked away by Chapius as Baxter cut into the basket. And Chapius knocks it out of bounds for Bigfork. 5:06 to go. 4-0 Valkyries lead. LaCour to inbound. Top of the key. Baxter guarded by Chapius in man defense. Baxter looking. Nothing there. Gives it out to Roberts. Roberts looking. Spin move. Right side. Puts it up. Off the glass. No good. Barrett comes up with the rebound. Barrett crossed the timeline. Guarded there. And they're going to call Emma Barrett with the foul as Roberts was riding her up the court. And number 11, Katie Alexander, comes in the ball game for Thompson Falls. That's 2 on Barrett. Low. Give it a crop. Low. Out to Baxter. Top of the key. Guarded by Gunlock. Screen put on. Low gets the basketball back from Baxter. Gives it over to Roberts. Long three-point by Roberts. Rims in and out, and Scout Nadeau with the rebound for Bigfork. Looking to push up the court. Nadeau. Right side. Gives it over to Davey. Davey. Right wing. Out to Gunlock. In the corner to Barrett. Barrett looking. Drive baseline. And looking to kick it out. And nobody there for the three-point shot on the far side from Barrett. And a turnover by Bigfork. 3 team fouls on Bigfork. And none on Thompson Falls with 4:15 to go. Low. LaCour underneath. Alexander gets it back to Baxter. Shot misses. Gunlock right there with quick pressure. Quickly up the court. Gunlock going to drive it all the way to the basket. And she's getting fouled and will go to the free throw line to shoot 2 as Gunlock takes it all the way to the hole. 4:03 to go. First team foul on Thompson Falls. That's on number 12, Malia LaCour. And Gunlock to shoot 2 for Bigfork. First one short off the front of the rim. And Braden will get one more. 4:03 to go. 4-0 Valkyries lead on your Bigfork Harvest Food scoreboard. Gunlock second shot up. Nothing but the bottom of the net. And a 5-0 lead. Low quickly up. Thompson Falls. Trapped. Swatted there. Taken away by Braden. Knocks it away. Davey is going to break away. And Lowe will pick up the personal. Her second team foul. The long arms of Braden Gunlock. And she'll get the ball inbound from Barrett. Cross the timeline. Gunlock looking to drive. Kicks it over to Davey. Davey right corner. Underneath. Chapius. Bever. 3-point shot from the top of the key off the rim. No good. Right there. Nadeau up. And puts it over the front of the rim. And scores 2 by Scout Nadeau. 7-0. Barrett with a steal. Breakaway up the court. Up off the rim. And she gets knocked down. And she'll get 2 free throws as Baxter gets back. But picks up the foul. And Barrett will get 2 shots. That's the first on Baxter. Third team foul. The Valkyries up 7-0 on your Bigfork Harvest Food scoreboard. And Barrett at the line for 2. First one up, nothing but the bottom of the net. And number 5, Natalie Roberts back in the ballgame. She'll come in for Low for Thompson Falls. And an 8-0 Bigfork lead. So Barrett, second shot, up. And nothing but the bottom of the net. 3:30 to go here in the first quarter. And bringing up is Roberts. Roberts crosses over, looking to drive. Right there. Nearly stolen away by Chapius. Chapius knocks it out of bounds. It'll remain Thompson Falls basketball in the front court on the far side. They'll inbound him, and LaCour will inbound for Thompson Falls. Gets it in to Roberts. Roberts at the top of the key, guarded by Gunlock. Over to the right side, LaCour gets it under Baxter. Baxter finds underneath. Katie Alexander off the backboard and good. The layup. Chapius into Gunlock. And a nice pass there underneath by Thompson Falls. Gunlock with the basketball, looking. Top of the key. Scout Nadeau, 3-point shot from the left corner. Off the rim, no good. Rebounded there by Chapius. Chapius, gonna get it out. Davey on the drive. And she got fouled as she drives to the bucket. And she'll get 2 free throws as well. And that's on number 12. That is Malia LaCour. Her second 14 foul, 9-2 on your Montana Athletic Club scoreboard. The Valkyries lead. And Avis Davies' first free throw is no good. Lowe will come in for LaCour, who has 2. And Davy gets 1 more for the Vows. Up and bottom of the net, 10-2, Valkyries lead on your Montana Athletic Club scoreboard. Baxter to Lowe. Lowe, right wing, shoots a 3-shot. No good. Back right there. 3-on-1 as Nadeau going to go coast to coast. Off the glass and good by Scout Nadeau with 6 quick points here in the first quarter by Nadeau. Pass too long for Roberts and a turnover caused by the Valkyries. And Nadeau needs a blow, so Gambala going to check in. Callie Gambala checks in the lineup for Scout Nadeau. And a nice first quarter there by Nadeau. Able to run the court with all 5 players for Bigfork there. That's kind of a nice thing for Coach Gunlock. Braden Gunlock, left side. Davy out to Gunlock, top of the key. Gunlock looking underneath, gives it to Ava Davy. Davy on the left side, looking far side. Emma Barrett, 3-point shot from the right wing. Oh, in and out, no good. Gunlock there battling for the rebound with Baxter. And Lowe quickly up, gets up the court to Natalie Roberts, who scores the bucket. Barrett back to Gunlock. So missed it, and they think Thompson Falls got back. Barrett underneath Gambala. Back out to Gunlock. Gunlock shot on the way. Just outside the free throw line is good by Braden Gunlock. And 14-4 on your Harvest Food scoreboard. Low. Burgess from way outside. Alexander will run it down the left side. Burgess comes in, throws it off the backboard, and scores the left hand. 14-6 on your Flathead Lake Lodge scoreboard. 1:25 to go here in the first quarter. Gunlock, top of the key. She's going to drive all the way in. Off the glass, scores the bucket by Braden Gunlock on a nice drive. And the foul's on number 24, Avery Burgess. That's her first 15 foul. And at the line, shooting the N1, is Braden Gunlock for the Valkyries. Gunlock shot up, makes it. And Braden will get a blow right here with 1:21 to go here the first quarter. Your Flathead Lake Lodge scoreboard, 17-6, the Valkyries lead. And Lowe with the basketball for Thompson Falls. Across the timeline, kicked away. Ava Davy with the steal. Davy going to go up left-handed. Scores the bucket and goes to the line. Ava Joe Davy. Fouls on 10. That's Chesney Lowe. That's her second 16th foul. And LaCour will come in for Lowe. And Davy to the line to shoot the N1. Davies shot up off the rim, no good. Roberts with a rebound for Thompson Falls. Looking to push it up in the corner. Got Alexander. Alexander look on the drive. And it looks like Bigfork's going to get whistled for the foul. Yeah, it's on Callie Gambala, her first, and the 14th foul on the Valkyries. And at the line, number 11, Caitlin Alexander to shoot 2 for Thompson Falls. No rim, misses it, shoots it short. Ezra Moshi listening as well. And one more for Alexander for Thompson Falls. Shot up this time, makes that one. 19-7 on your Hanson Excavating scoreboard. Valkyries lead with 1 minute to go. Davy, right side, looks to the corner, finds Barrett. Barrett looking to drive, back to Davy. Davy top of the key, got Barrett on the right wing. Barrett underneath, finds Chapius, off of her hands. Alexander comes up with a loose ball for Thompson Falls, throws it up the court, and Barrett knocks it away. And out of bounds, it'll remain Thompson Falls basketball. 45.6 to go here in quarter number 1. The Valkyries up by 12. LaCour to inbound. Looking for the backdoor cut. Taken away. Throws it up top to Burgess. Burgess looking to drive. Left-handed off the glass. Misses it. Chapius right there. And Barrett trying to run it down. And Burgess comes up with a loose ball. Throws it up. No good. Right there is Roberts puts it back up for Thompson Falls. So the Valkyries couldn't quite come up with the loose ball, and the foul's on number 30. That's Callie Martins, her second 15 foul, and Baxter, Baxter at the line, who put the shot up. First free throw is no good, shoots it short, and she'll get one more. So 33.2 to go. Baxter's second free throw is good. And Barrett inbounding to Chapius. Chapius will get it back to Barrett. Barrett will bring it across the timeline. Like the Valkyries probably try to hold for one shot. Barrett over to Davey. Davey left side. Finds it to Chapius. Chapius top of the key, looking underneath. Finds Callie Gambala out to Barrett. Barrett drives back out to Davey. Davey top of the key. Over to Chapius. Chapius looking. Drives right side, looking underneath. Gives it to Callie Gambala. Gambala up, under, off the west. Battles for the rebound, brought down by LaCour for Thompson Falls. Thompson Falls shooting it up and knocked away by Chapius. So after one here in Thompson Falls in a battle for first place, your Hanson Excavating scoreboard. It shows Bigfork Valkyries 19, the Thompson Falls Lady Bluehawks 8. And we'll be back here from Thompson Falls, Montana. Continuation of this ball game as we head in the second quarter. All right, we're back here in Thompson Falls. James LaFontaine, the voice of the Vikes and the Vals. And it'll be Bigfork basketball to start the second quarter. So Gunlock, the starters, back in for Bigfork. Start quarter number 2 up 19-8. Gunlock over to Davey. Davey on the left wing, back to Gunlock. Gunlock looking back to Davey. Davey looking for the three. Doesn't shoot. Finds Barrett back door. Barrett looking to drive up, under, off the glass. Gets your own rebound, puts it off the glass, rolls around, and drops for Emma Barrett. Quickly into Roberts for Thompson Falls. And Gunlock right there, stolen away by Barrett. Barrett looking, gives it to Gunlock. Gunlock looking underneath, gives it over to Davey. Davey off the glass, scores it, and she'll go to the free throw line. So freshman to freshman, after Barrett gets the steal, gives it up to Gunlock. And that's on number 14, Haiti Niesvig. I believe, for Thompson Falls. They're 7th. Misses the free throw, but Chapius right there with the rebound. Nadeau off the glass, gets it blocked by Roberts. Roberts quickly up. Guarded by Gunlock in a man-to-man defense. Nesvig with the basketball, throws it away. Nadeau knocks it away, right to Davey. Davey looking to drive. Davey going all the way, coast to coast. Ava Davey, coast to coast for the Valkyries. And they're up 25-8 on your Bigfork Harvest Food scoreboard. And great defense by Bigfork. LaCour will come back in for Thompson Falls, replacing Nesvig. And Davey will finally get a break as Martins comes in for the Valkyries. Barrett to inbound. She gives it to Gunlock. Little full court, three-quarter court pressure put on by Thompson Falls. Gunlock quickly. Chapius looking to drive. Gets it over. Martins off the glass. No good. Shoots a little bit strong. And Chapius right there. Held ball. And tied up by Chapius. And the held ball will go to Thompson Falls. 6:47 to go. Valkyries up by 17 on your Bigfork Harvest Food scoreboard. 25-8 here in Thompson Falls. Roberts overthrows Baxter. Baxter, nice grab. Roberts quickly and nearly taken away. Baxter in the corner. Alexander, three-point shot, no good. Quickly, Nadeau. Barrett out on the run out. and off the glass and scores 2 for Emma Barrett. And Thompson Falls will take a full timeout. So your Bigfork Harvest Food scoreboard says Valkyries 27 and Thompson Falls 8. And a full timeout. I'll be back here momentarily from Thompson Falls, Montana. You can message me on Google or BFSD Events, or you can text me 406-270-7384 if you're listening out there. I'll be back momentarily from Thompson Falls, Montana. Valkyries up 27-8. 27-8, excuse me. All right, we're back here in Thompson Falls. Once again, Valkyries up 27-8. 6:25 to go here till in the first half. And the Valkyries lead 27-8 on the scoreboard. Brenda Jordan, the Jort family listening. Baxter gets it over to Burgess. Burgess on the left wing. Bigfork trapping there underneath. Scout Nadeau knocks it away. And LaCour is going to get it up. It's blocked by Nadeau. Nice defense by Scout Nadeau. Martin's getting on the ground. And it'll be a held ball. This time Bigfork should get the possession. And a nice block by Scout Nadeau underneath for the Valkyries. Chesney Lowe back in for Thompson Falls. Replacing Burgess for the Lady Hawks. Into Gunlock from Barrett, and Gunlock will bring it across the timeline for Bigfork. Gunlock gives it up to Barrett. Barrett looking at Chapius in the corner, back to Gunlock. Gunlock finds Chapius. Chapius looking out. Scout Nadeau up the glass, and Nadeau can't quite put it down. Gets it knocked away by Lowe. Roberts comes up with the loose ball for Thompson Falls. Gives it over to LaCour. LaCour's three-point shot on the way. Misses everything. Martins with a rebound for Bigfork, and she'll give it up to Gunlock. 5:35 to go. And Gunlock across the timeline. Over to Barrett. Barrett finds Chapius underneath. Chapius looking. Free throw line, looking back door. Gets it over to Scout Nadeau. Nadeau looking to drive. Left wing. Give it up to Barrett. Barrett top of the key. And Barrett's going to drive up, under, off the glass, and scores is Emma Barrett. And Lowe quickly up. Knocked away. Martins quickly gets it up to Gunlock. Gunlock looking to throw it to Barrett and quite get it there. And Barrett slides out of bounds. Barrett trying to play the drums over there during her slide. And Barrett quickly back up into defensive position. Under 5 minutes to go, 29-8 on your Harvest Food scoreboard. Pressure put on by Bigfork. Chapius knocks it out of bounds and away from Alexander. And the Valkyries covering the court really well. And 4:50 to go, 29-8 on your Montana Athletic Club scoreboard. Lowe with the basketball, top of the key. Gambala right there. LaCour guarded by Barrett. Back out to Roberts. Roberts looking underneath. Finds Baxter. And Chapey is going to get called for the push. That's first personal on Madison Chapius. And the 6-team foul. So next one will put them in a bonus. Bigfork already in the bonus with 17 fouls against Thompson Falls. So Braden Gunlock nearly steals it. Roberts comes up with it, feeds it underneath, knocked away by Barrett. Barrett comes up with a loose ball. Looking is Barrett. She'll get over to Chapius. Chapius right side will bring it up the court. Looks in the corner. Far side, Ava Davey wide open. Long three-point by Barrett. And Barrett's shot is short. 4:20 to go in here in the first half. 29-8 on your Flathead Lake Lodge scoreboard. Baxter in the backcourt gives it up to Lowe. Lowe right side gets it down to McClure. LaCour looking baseline to Roberts. Roberts underneath, knocked away. Gunlock gives it up to Davey quickly. And Davey across the timeline. Davey calls it top of the key over to Gunlock. Gunlock drives baseline up off the glass. Foul's called on Gunlock. Player control foul. And Ellie Jort will come in for Gunlock. Player control, so no free throws shot. And that's a 17 foul, first personal on Gunlock. Roberts back to Baxter in the backcourt. So Ellie Jort now in the ball game. Alexander looking to drive baseline. Chapius. And called Chapius with the push. And 1-and-1 will for Alexander for Thompson Falls. The second on Chapius. And that Alexander just shooting 1-and-1. Shot up, makes it, so she'll get one more. And Scout Nadeau will come in for Chapius with the two personals for the Valkyries. And Alexander will get one more. 3:44 to go here till halftime. Alexander's shot up is good. And Avery Burgess returns for Thompson Falls, replacing Lowe. 3:44 to go, 29-10 on your Flathead Lake Lodge scoreboard. Davey will come out and Gunlock back in for the Valkyries. Get Davey a little bit of a rest and then put her back in to close out the first half. Back to Jort to Barrett. Barrett top of the key, finds Gambala. Left wing, Gambala, Braden Gunlock shot, three-point shot short. Quickly up, Barrett back there playing safety for the Valkyries. Picks that one off, and quickly up the court is Emma Barrett. Over to Jort, right wing, back to Barrett, top of the key. Looking at Gunlock, left wing, Barrett, top of the key. Gambala looking, drive, Gambala off the glass is good for two. Callie Gambala, a little shot in the paint we talked about in pregame, and she makes that one. Over to Baxter, back out to Roberts, over the left side to Burgess, far side, LeClure looking to drive, kicks it underneath on the ground, and it'll be held ball. Held ball, and it'll point towards Thompson Falls. And Jort listening, Teresa and Dave Hildebrand, Amanda's mom listening, Ava's grandma and grandpa broadcasting. And inbound to Baxter and then to Roberts. And fouls on Braden Gunlock. Her second, 9th team foul. And Davey will come back in. It's a 1-and-1. And Davey will come in for Gunlock. So Gunlock sits with the two personals here in the first half. And shot up off the rim, no good. Davey gets a rebound on the free throw missed by Roberts. Davey quickly up the court, looking to drive, kicks it over. Corner, right wing. Oh, Barrett just a little bit strong. And quickly, Baxter brings it up. And looking to drive. Ellie Jort guarding Baxter. Top of the key. 2:25 to go here in the first half. 31-10 on your Harvest Food scoreboard. LeCourt over there. Burgess on the left wing. Burgess looking underneath. Nadeau. Oh. And that's a personal foul on Scout Nadeau. That's her second, 10th team foul. So Baxter will go to the line. Double bonus. She'll get 2 shots for Thompson Falls the rest of the way here in the first half. First shot is up and good by Ellie Baxter. Good ball player for Thompson Falls, starting since she was a freshman. Baxter's second shot up and good. And Chesney Lowe will come in the ball game for LeCourt. And Barrett got to tie her shoes. And full court pressure put on by Thompson Falls. Gets it out to Nadeau. Nadeau quickly across the timeline. Nadeau off the glass, misses it, gets her own rebound, going to put it up again and scores. The Scout Nadeau. So Thompson Falls pressure did not affect the Valkyries. Chesney low, right side, And looking out to Baxter. Baxter, long three on the way. Off the rim, no good. Knocked out of bounds by Gambala. And be Thompson Falls basketball. 33-12. On your Hanson Excavating scoreboard. Thompson Falls to inbound. Roberts looking, gets it to Baxter. Knocked away by Gambala. So the Valkyries putting on that pressure defense. Roberts gets it into Baxter. Baxter, right corner. Up, Roberts off the glass and good. Barrett gets it into Davey. Davey looking. Barrett quickly up. Jort looking underneath. Gets it over to Davey. Davey, top of the key. Barrett over to Jort. Jort, left wing, three-point shot. Off the glass, no good. Is Jort's quickly up as Burgess. Low, nearly loses it. Right there is Barrett, knocks it away. Gambala comes up with a loose ball. And Emma Barrett across the timeline for the Valkyries. 1:10 to go here in the first half. Barrett will give it over to Davey. Davey, right side, will give it up to Jort. Jort, top of the key. Looking, finds Gambala. Free throw line. Gets it out to Nadeau. Nadeau in the right side, in the right corner. Nadeau tries to bounce pass it to Davey, and out of bounds. It'll be Thompson Falls basketball. And LaCour comes back in. 53 seconds to go here in the first half. 33-14 on your Hanson Excavating scoreboard. Roberts gets the ball from Baxter. Roberts up, guarded by Davey. Underneath to Baxter. Baxter screened. Good screen by Thompson Falls to get her open. She puts it up and in. 39 seconds. Ellie Jort gives it up to Barrett. Barrett across the timeline. Looking for one shot. Davey. Davey right side. Jort top of the key. Brings it out to Nadeau. Nadeau looking. That stall they worked on the other day. Holding it for one shot. Gives it over to Jort. Jort on the right wing. Barrett. Barrett will give it to Davey. Davey drives in. Gives it over to Nadeau. Baseline jumper. No good. Davey right there battling for it with Baxter. She picks it up. 5 seconds to go. Roberts throws it up. No good. As the clock runs out here in the first half. On your Hanson Excavating scoreboard, the Valkyries lead 33-16 at halftime here in Thompson Falls. I'll go grab your halftime stats. Be back with that momentarily here from Thompson Falls, Montana. All right, welcome back to Thompson Falls. And Christina Nadeau, or actually Christina Heinzman, listening out there. And NFHS is still down, so that just means I get more listeners, right? And Teresa and Dave Hildebrand. Amanda's mom, Ava's grandma and grandpa. Ava having a good game. So is Scout. Early on, the Valkyries are having a good game, playing really good defense. And we'll take a look at that, and it'll give me a telltale sign in the stats here from Thompson Falls. And I'll bring those up here momentarily here. Let's take a look at, first of all, halftime brought to you by Averill's Flathead Lake Lodge, where they proudly sponsored and supported Bigfork athletics since 1945. And take a looking at for Thompson Falls, Ellie Baxter, 3 for 4 from the free throw line and a 2-pointer. She's just got 5 at halftime. Roberts with 4. Alexander with 3 for 4 from the free throw line and a 2. So she also has 5. Burgess with 2 for Thompson Falls. So 8 in the first for them, 8 in the second, a total of 16. So Bigfork's defense really holding true. And I'll bring up Bigfork's stats here. So Barrett had 4 in the first, 6 in the second, so 10 total. 7 by Ava Davey. Braden Gunlock didn't score in the second, but scored 6 in the first. Scout and idea with 8.6 in the first, 2 in the second, and Gambala with 2. 19 in the first, 14 in the second, and 33 overall. But the key to that, folks, is their defense. Holding Thompson Falls to just 8 in each quarter, 16 overall. So a really good job by Bigfork, outscoring the Lady Hawks in both quarters, 19-8, then 14-8. So they got it jumped out to a big early lead in the first quarter, led by their defense, and that really is going to lead them along the way. So a little bit more of a challenge here, but, Bigfork up by 17 at the half here in Thompson Falls. That is your halftime stats, brought to you by the Flathead Lake Lodge. Thanks to Dax Van Vossen and the Averill family for sponsoring us and bringing you Bigfork Athletics. Don't forget, we'll be back here again on Thursday night. It is the boys, the Vikings, will be in action against Thompson Falls and the Bluehawks here. Game time at 7, tip-off at 7 o'clock, and pregame about 6:45 with a pregame interview from the head coach. I'd like to bring you that on pregame. So I'll be back with the second half here from Thompson Falls, Montana, as the Valkyries lead this one 33-16 on your Hanson Excavating scoreboard. Stick around for the second half here from Thompson Falls. All right, folks, we're about ready to go here in the second half of the ball game here from Thompson Falls. As the Valkyries taking on Thompson Falls. Halftime score, the Valkyries up 33-16 on your Hanson Excavating scoreboard. So the same starters. It'll be Barrett, Chapius, Davey, Dunlock, and Nadu for the Valkyries. Same starters for Thompson Falls. Baxter, Roberts, Lowe, LaCour, and Burgess. And we're underway. Bigfork with the basketball to start the second half. Inbound to Gunlock. Gunlock guarded by Baxter. They're in a man defense. And Gunlock will bring it across the timeline. Switching. Gunlock looking to drive. Left-handed off the glass. Short. Partially blocked there by Burgess. And Burgess has the basketball for Thompson Falls. Lowe at the top of the key, guarded by Davey. Kicks it out. LaCour looking to drive. Picked up by Gunlock. Throws it up and in by LaCour as she backs down Davey. Gunlock with the basketball over to Barrett. Barrett looking, top of the key. In the corner. Trying to give it to Davey. Lowe stole it, but dribbles out of bounds. It'll be Bigfork basketball on the turnover. And Barrett to inbounds, looking, finds it Davey. Davey looking to drive. Davey off the glass and good. Great body control by Davey to avoid the charge and put it off the glass for two. Bigfork coming to double up. Chapius with a steal. Chapius looking all the way, gives it up. Gunlock off the glass, scores the bucket, and she'll go to the free throw line with 7:01 to go, 37-18. And Gunlock to go to the line to shoot the N1. That's the second personal on Ellie Baxter. First team foul on Thompson Falls in the second half. Free throw on the way is good by Gunlock. Completes the three-point play the old-fashioned way. And the Valkyries up by 20, 38-18. And LaCour gets it from Lowe, back to Lowe. Lowe top of the key. LaCour on the right wing. Dribbles out, guarded by Gunlock. Lowe top of the key. Little 2-3 zone looks like for Bigfork. Roberts gets it. Back door, they look for Burgess. Burgess up and under. Nice layup by Burgess as she cut back door. Gunlock quickly up, gives it to Barrett. Barrett, right wing, underneath to Chapius. Chapius looking to drive up under Chapius, off the glass for two. Nice drive there by Madison Chapius for the Valkyries. Another 2 points, up 40-20 on your Bigfork Harvest Food scoreboard. Lowe gets it LaCour. Lowe, top of the key for Thompson Falls. Gets it over to LaCour. The right side, far side to Burgess. Burgess on the left wing, looking to drive in. Key all the way open, shoots it up. Went off the wrong foot and knocked away by Roberts from Chapius. It'll remain Bigfork basketball. Chapius inbound to Gunlock. Baxter trying to put pressure on Gunlock. Gunlock, the freshman for Bigfork, brings it up across the timeline. Gunlock, right wing, looking. Chapius cutting back door. Chapius looking up, under, reverse left hand is good by Madison Chapius. What a nice move by the junior Chapius, dominating underneath. Low, quickly over to McClure. McClure back door stolen by Barrett. Barrett looking. Quickly up the court for Bigfork. Across the timeline. Gets it over to Gunlock. 5:35 to go. Chapius, left wing. Will bring it out. Looking to drive is Chapius. Wide open all the way to the basket. Goes Madison Chapius with a 2-point basket. A nice drive by Chapius. And 5:23 to go. And Thompson Falls will take a 30-second timeout. So 5:23 to go here in the third quarter. The Valkyries up by 24, 44-20 on your Montana Athletic Club scoreboard here from Thompson Falls, Montana. And we'll stick it right here with a 30-second timeout here in the third quarter. All right, I'm back. My headset went under the wrong way under this cart, so Thompson Falls basketball. And Roberts across the timeline. Out there is Gunlock to Garter. Over on the right side, throws it underneath. Kicks it, knocked away. Gunlock comes up with a loose ball. Gunlock up the left side. It's going to go all the way to the basket. Left-handed and good by Braden Gunlock. I tell you, these two freshmen can shoot it right or left-handed well. School basketball players for Bigfork. Like the others, but you rarely see that with freshmen, and they're really talented. 24, Burgess scores underneath for Thompson Falls. And up the court, Gunlock. Gunlock over on the left side, guarded by Baxter. And Gunlock looking. Left side looking underneath. Backside to Davey. Davey jumper baseline is good. Just inside the free throw line by Ava Davey. Ava Jo Davey with the 2-point basket. Quickly up, Roberts will give it over to Burgess. Burgess left side kicks it underneath and knocked away. Nadeau quickly gets it up to Davey. Davey coast to coast on a nice feed by Nadeau. And the Valkyries up 50-22. 4:08 to go here in the third quarter on your Flathead Lake Live scoreboard. LaCour underneath Alexander. Nadeau comes up with the loose ball, gives it up to Barrett. Barrett looking right side, right wing, back out to Nadeau. Nadeau. Davey fakes the three-point shot and took some steps. Yes, she did. She can't dance on the floor, and she travels. And turnover. Scout Nadeau will come out of the ballgame. Gambala will come in to give her a break here as the Valkyries have been running up and down the court, as they usually do here at this season. Roberts quickly up. Thompson Falls over to McClure on the right side. They give it in the corner to Baxter. Baxter in corner, guarded by Chapius all the way out. Barrett's going to pick that one off. Minute for Roberts, and then Barrett will go coast to coast. Misses it, but right there, Gunlock comes up. Both Gunlock and Davey not taking it for granted that the basket was going to go in, and followed that up and put it back in. Roberts over to Alexander. Alexander for Thompson Falls, and a whistle's going to be blown. Foul on Bigfork. And it'll be second team foul on Bigfork. Third personal on Barrett. Gunlock will come out. Martins will go in. 52-20 to a 30-point lead by the Valkyries on your Hanson Excavating scoreboard. Baxter looking to inbound for Thompson Falls. Gets it out to Roberts. In the corner to Baxter. Baxter guarded by Chapius. Nice defense by Bigfork. Out to LaCour, guarded by Barrett. On the left wing, LaCour crosses over, looking to drive up, under, throws it off the glass. No good. Baxter gets it. Chapius gets the loose ball. And quickly up the court is Chapius. Looking for it to cut. There's Gambala. Gambala looking up and blocked. There. Blocked by Thompson Falls. Looked like it should have been Bigfork basketball. And they're giving it to Thompson Falls. Baxter will go out. And Lowe will come in for Thompson Falls. Also number 14, Niesvig. And Lowe. LaCour right side, guarded by Bigfork. Out top. In the corner, LaCour. Right wing. Lowe, top of the key. Looking. Gives it over to Burgess. Burgess on the drive. Misses it. Chapius comes up with a rebound. Chapius quickly up the court for Bigfork. Kicks it over corner. Ava Davey going to drive baseline. Up. Shoots the floater. No good. And held ball as Martins battles with LaCour. And held ball. It'll be Thompson Falls with the arrow. With 2:18 to go here in the third quarter. And the Valkyries up by 30. Low quickly over to LaCour. Right wing. Underneath to Alexander. Alexander. And that's going to be the fourth on Barrett. Second team foul. And at the line, shooting two, number 11, Caitlin Alexander, and Barrett with 4. Shot off the rim and no good. Gunlock and Nadeau will come in for Bigfork. And Chapius will also get a break. A nice job by Madison Chapius. And Baxter will come back in for the core. And Alexander at the line to shoot one more for Thompson Falls. 2:10 to go here in the third quarter. 52-22 on your Hanson Excavating scoreboard. She puts it in, 52-23. Davey will inbound to Gunlock, backcourt. Gunlock quickly up, pressure put on by Thompson Falls. Over to Davey. Davey looking underneath, finds Gambala underneath. Martins off the glass, and good, nice pass. Way to share the basketball by the Valkyries. And quickly they score. Quickly up is low. Martins is right there. And she's going to call for the personal. 13 foul and third personal on Martins. With 1:55 to go here in the third quarter. 406-270-7384. You can shoot me a message here. And Thompson Falls basketball. Nadu knocks it out of bounds. Low to inbound. Try to get Alexander right there. Knocked away by Bigfork. And off of Alexander. A nice defense by the Valkyries. And Davey will inbound to Gunlock. Man-to-man pressure quickly up to Scout Nadu. Nadu on the left side. Back out to Gunlock near half court. Gunlock looking. Gets it over to Davey on the right wing. Gambala. Gambala looking to drive. Kicks it out. Scout Nadu inside the three-point line. In and out. No good. And right there is Gambala. And she'll get called for the reach-in. And that's fouls on Gambala, her second, 14th foul. 1:30 to go here in the third quarter, and the Valkyries lead 54-23, so up by 31 on your Montana Athletic Club scoreboard. And a 30-second timeout taken. Well, thank you, whoever's. We love listening to you. I appreciate the job you do. It's fun being here. So it's a lot of fun. When you do this long enough, you learn your kids on your team, and then you see the kids on the other team, and you're able to recognize them quickly as well. So I appreciate you listening out there, and it's great to do that. So. Low gets it up to Baxter on the right wing, guarded by Martins. Low, top of the key, will kick it over to Roberts. Roberts kicks it underneath. Burgess baseline. And she'll go to the free throw line, and she gets fouled. And that's on Scout Nadu. Fifth team foul, second personal on Nadu. And Burgess will go to the line and shoot two. First shot up off the front of the rim, no good. Chapius will go in for Scout Nadu. And one more for Burgess. Rolls it over the front of the rim and good. So a 30-point lead, 54-24. 1:15 and counting here in the third quarter. Quickly up, Gunlock. Give it up to Davey. Gambala's shot on the way is good inside the free throw line. And the Valkyries moving the basketball well. Low, quickly up, stopped by Martins, out to Baxter. Baxter in the corner to Low. Low, right side. Gunlock right there. And Baxter with the basketball. She's going to get up it to Low. Guarded by Martins. Low over to Roberts. Roberts, left wing, shoot the three-point shot, no good. Rebounded there by Gunlock, the freshman. One dribble, gives it up quickly. Chapius. Chapius will give it back to Gunlock with 35 seconds to go here in the third quarter. In the left corner, Martins. Gambala. Gambala will kick it out. And they call Gambala for the travel and turn over to Thompson Falls. Low with the basketball from Baxter. Across the timeline. Look at Baxter, right wing. 25 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Roberts, left wing. Back out to Low. Low looking to drive on Martins. Cuts her off. Baxter, baseline, get up by Gunlock. Knocked out of bounds by Chapius with 14.2 to go here in the third quarter. 56-24 on your Harvest Food scoreboard. The Valkyries lead by 32. And Roberts will inbounds for Thompson Falls. Looking, cutting, Baxter cutting back door, kicks it over. Burgess, 3-point shot on the way, misses everything, and knocked out of bounds by Roberts. And Gunlock to inbound to Chapias. Back to Gunlock with 8 seconds to go. Quickly up. Martins will kick it up. Davey. Gunlock. 3-point shot from the top of the key. Off the rim, no good. Chapias with a rebound. Oh! Nice job by Chapias. Didn't get it back up in time. So, 3 quarters complete here from Thompson Falls, Montana. Between unbeatens and 7B. And the Valkyries lead this one 56-24 on your Bigfork Harvest Foods scoreboard. And I'll be back with the fourth quarter here from Thompson Falls. All right, we're back in Thompson Falls here. James LaFontaine with you, the voice of the Vikes and Vals. Yes, Bigfork basketball to start the fourth quarter. Inbounding is Jort in the ball game. Gets to Nadeau backcourt. Chapias knocked away by LaCour and stolen. And Chapias trying to take it from behind from Roberts over to Baxter. Baxter with the basketball, low, left side. Brings out top of the key, kicks in the corner. LaCour guarded by Chapias. Back out to low at top of the key. So Gunlock, Davey, Jort, Nadeau, and Chapias in the ball game for Bigfork. Baxter, low, Roberts, Burgess, and LaCour in the game for Thompson Falls. Braden Gunlock across the timeline for Bigfork. In the right corner, looking underneath. Gunlock 3-point shot on the way. No good, but right there is Davey. Davey gets the rebound. It'll be held ball. This arrow will point towards Thompson Falls. A nice job by Davey. A full timeout taken by Thompson Falls. 7:20 to go here in the ballgame. The Valkyries up by 32, 56-24 on the Montana Athletic Club scoreboard. And I'll be back. Continuation of the ballgame here from Thompson Falls. All right. Back here. Yeah. 7:20 to go here in the ball game. Lowe gets the ball in from Baxter, and Lowe will bring it across the timeline. Valkyries up top. Davey right there. Davey knocks it away, steals it. There goes Ava Joe Davey, coast to coast for the Valkyries. Puts it up and scores it for 2. And Lowe quickly up the court for Thompson Falls. Kicks it over. Burgess. Burgess on the left side, guarded by Davey. Kick it over. LaCour, guarded by Chapias. Underneath, finds Roberts, guarded by Jort. And Lowe wide open. And LaCour will kick it over to Burgess. Burgess baseline, guarded by Chapias. Burgess goes up and rolls it off the backboard, spins in for Thompson Falls. And Jort will get it over to Gunlock. Gunlock across the timeline for Bigfork. Gunlock, top of the key. Nadeau with the nice screen. Right side. Gets it over. Jort, three-point shot at the top of the key by Jort. Off the back of the rim, no good. Nadeau right there. And Nadeau takes it away. Gives it up. Gunlock, right wing. Good! For three by Braden Gunlock from the right corner. Valkyries up. Quickly underneath, Nadeau with the steal. Right to her on the pass from LaCour. And Gunlock up the left side quickly for Bigfork. Get it out to Jort. Jort, top of the key. We'll give it over to Davey. Chapius looking, crosses over, back out to Davey. Davey looking to drive, kicks it out to Jort, top of the key. Chapius, right corner for Bigfork. Back out to Jort. Jort will get to Nadeau. Nadeau extending it out towards half court. Look like they're running around a little bit of a stall game. Gets it to Chapius, back to Nadeau. Nadeau looking, spin move. Oh, Chapius. Front of the free throw line, misses it, no good, but Gunlock right there and puts it back up and in by Braden Gunlock with 5:25 to go on your Flathead Lake Lodge scoreboard. The Lake Valkyries up 63-26. Burgess, long three-point off the rim, will go out of, saved there by Thompson Falls. Burgess will get it, but Burgess will throw it away, intended for LaCour on the far side, and goes out of bounds. So Emma Barrett comes back in for Bigfork. So does Callie Gambala. And checking in Zoe Albert for the first time for the Valkyries. And Alexander checks in for Thompson Falls. 5:10 to go. Barrett with the basketball. Crosses the timeline. In the corner, Zoe Albert, right wing, back out to Barrett. Over the left side to Jort. Jort dribbles top of the key. He gives it up to Barrett. Barrett top. Look at drive and whistle for the foul. It's number 12, LaCour. That'll be their second team foul and third personal on LaCour. And Jort here on the near side will take inbound for Bigfork. So Jort looking for the cutter, gets to Gambala, or check that, Chapius. Chapius will kick it over. Jort from the right wing, misses it, no good, but right there, Chapius with the rebound, gets it out to Jort. Jort looking. Zoe Albert, top of the key, Barrett. Barrett looking to drive. Little floater by Barrett is good. And a nice shot by Emma Barrett on the floater for the Valkyries. Quickly up is Roberts. Roberts over to LaCour, right wing. Back over to Burgess. Burgess looking to drive off the glass, and she'll get 2 free throws. And 14, Madison Chapius. That is her third 6-team foul. At the line to shoot 2 is Avery Burgess for Thompson Falls. Makes the first one. Annika Ranson checking in the ballgame, number 33 for Madison Chapius for the Valkyries. And a nice job there by Madison Chapius. Real aggressive on the boards and offense today. Nice game by her. And Burgess' second shot is up and good. Barrett the inbound, looking, gets it over to Jort. Jort back to Barrett. Barrett pressure put on by Roberts. We'll give it over to Jort. Back to Barrett on the handoff. Barrett looking to drive. All the way in off the glass with the left hand is Emma Barrett for Bigfork. And we'll get it into LaCour. LaCour picks up a dribble in the backcourt and difficult. Gets it over to Burgess on the left side. Guarded by Zoe Albert. Pressure put on. Looking to drive. Baseline. Out to Roberts. Roberts, top of the key. Baxter's three-point shot off the front of the rim. No good. Zoe Albert comes up with the rebound for Bigfork. Gives it over to Jort. Jort on the right wing for Bigfork. Top of the key to Barrett. Barrett guarded by Roberts. Out to Zoe Albert. Zoe Albert will give it up to Annika Ranson. Back out to Barrett. Barrett, top of the key for Bigfork. Over the right wing, Zoe Albert looking to drive. Kicks it underneath. Finds Gambala. Gambala kicks it over. Annika Ranson from the left side inside the three-point line. Shoots it up and scores 2 by Ranson, the sophomore, in the ball game for Bigfork. Roberts. Baseline, Alexander will kick it out. Try to get to Baxter. Pressure put on Bigfork. And right there is LaCour for the bounce pass. Picks it up, scores 2. 3:05 to go. 69-30 on your Hanson Excavating scoreboard. Jort across the timeline for Bigfork. Looking back door. Out to Barrett, top of the key. Barrett, long three-point on the way. No good, but runs down The rebound is Emma Barra. She'll kick it over to Zoe Albert. Zoe Albert will kick it to Jort. Jort on the right wing, and timeout taken by Bigfork. As Callie Martins will come back in. And checking in for Thompson Falls, it'll be number 30, Roni Hanks. And a full timeout taken by the Valkyries. 2:45 to go here in the ball game. This one's pretty much over as the Valkyries lead by 39, 69-30 on your Hanson Excavating scoreboard. If you didn't catch that earlier in the ball games, it was in the C team or freshman team ball game, if you would. They call it C Squad. It was Bigfork 56, Thompson Falls 26. In JV action, it was Bigfork 58, Thompson Falls 35. We're running a little bit behind here today. I appreciate all you guys listening out there and appreciate the text and messages. So I'll be back here just from Thompson Falls. The Valkyries lead 69-30. Well, we're not going to go anywhere because that's the first buzzer. So thanks to my sponsors, Bigfork Harvest Foods, Montana Athletic Club, Flathead Lake Lodge, and Hanson Excavating allows us to bring these ball games to you. So if you ever in those businesses or see those folks, tell them thank you. You know, we can't do that without this. So Jort to inbound on the near side for Bigfork on the front court. Jort looking, gets it over to Zoe Albert, right wing. Martins looking to drive out to Albert. Albert passes up the three-point shot out to Ranson. We'll give it over to Jort. Jort will bring in the top of the key for Bigfork. Jort, right wing, looking, and gives it out to Martins. Martins, top of the key. Jort, right wing. 2:28 to go in the ball game. Ranson, way out top, and she's looking underneath. We'll give it up to Jort. Jort, looking to drive, and there goes Ellie Jort. Back out. She'll kick it out to Martins. Martins will out to Zoe Albert, top of the key. And Albert will give it over to Ranson. Just running some clock. And knocked out of bounds by Baxter for Thompson Falls. And it'll remain Bigfork basketball. So checking in. It'll be number 32 for Bigfork. And that's Kenny Wade. And also checking in is number 12, Hannah Ayers. Backcourt, Ranson. Shot is blocked. And Roberts gets her with the body, so Ranson will go to the line, or check that. Wade will go to the line, and she'll get to shoot two. So Kenny Wade at the line, shooting two for Bigfork, as she got fouled on that. That's the first personal on Natalie Roberts. First shot up and no good, and Wade will get one more. 1:17 and counting as it reached 40, so that's the mercy rule. Clock will continue to run. Wade's shot in and out. Run down by Ranson. Over to Wade. Back out, Martins. And kick it over to Ranson. Ranson looking to drive. Gives it up to Zoe Albert. Zoe, Martins, left wing. Back out to Wade on the left wing, taken away by Roberts. And puts Thompson Falls in the bonus 1-1. And number 5, Natalie Roberts, will shoot a 1-1 for Thompson Falls as the clock continues to run. 35 seconds to go here in the ballgame. Shot misses, no good. Ayers comes up with the rebound, knocked away by Thompson Falls. It'll remain Bigfork basketball. 25 seconds and counting. Martins will inbound to Ranson. Ranson back to Martins. 15 seconds to go. Martins gets it up. And Ayers will bring it across the timeline for Bigfork. She stops, looks, gives it up to Wade. Wade looking, gives it up. Throws a nice pass to her coach, Courtney Dunlock, and the clock will run out. And the Valkyries win this one over Thompson Falls, 69-30 on your Hanson Excavating scoreboard. So I'll be back with your full game stats and an interview here from Thompson Falls, Montana. So you're going to stick around for that. All right, welcome back to Thompson Falls postgame, brought to you by Hanson Excavating, demolition site preparation, excavating and grading, in business for 30 years. Fred Hanson, 837-1051, or hansonexcavating.com, bringing you the postgame show. And we'll have the coach and a couple athletes up here to talk to me shortly. But I want to take a look at your full game stats here momentarily. So another 8-point held Thompson Falls to 8 points here, and 2 points in the final, 6 in the final quarter. So Baxter finishes with 5, 4 by Natalie Roberts, 6 by Alexander, 4 by LaCour, and leading the way was Avery Burgess, 11 for Thompson Falls, and 26 total. Taking a look at the Valkyries, leading the way, Braden Gunlock with 18, Ava Davey with 15, 14 by Emma Barris, 6 by Madison Chapius, 8 by Nadu, Callie Gambala with 4, Martins with 2, Annika Ranson with 2. And they put up 23 points there in the third quarter, really stretched things out. Nice balanced scoring and really running the basketball really well. 13 in the final quarter. A lot of other folks getting some playing time here in Thompson Falls, Montana. So Valkyries remain unbeaten, 9-0 on the season. And we'll have them Friday at home. So you want to come check them out at home. They'll take on Florence in a makeup ball game here. It's Hoagie Hogan. Thank you, Hoagie. I'll try to drive safe. They say the roads are pretty icy because of the rain coming down, so hopefully we make it home safely. And waiting for head coach Courtney Gunlock and a couple of players to talk to you on the postgame show here from Thompson Falls, Montana, as the final is 69-26 as the Valkyries win this one handily. Or check that, 69-30, I believe was the final score. And I might have messed that up, so let me write that down correctly here. I got it in the book from Yes, I'm sorry, I checked that. It is 69-30, so they win by 39 here. Waiting for head coach Courtney Gunlock. I want to stick around for the post-game show. And thanks to all you guys listening out there as the Valkyries win this one. Thank you to Teresa and Dave Hildebrand for listening as well, all the way from South Carolina. So it's kind of nice to have this BFSD events here on YouTube so people out there are able to listen in. So here, just waiting for them to come out, and then I'll talk to them quickly, and so they can get on the road here in the bus, and waiting for Coach Gunlock is here. And I'll bring a couple of the players as well for the Valkyries. So if you want to stick around for that, we'll have that here momentarily here from Thompson Falls. So they remain unbeaten. So that's 5-0. So first place in 7B. And a battle with Florence coming up on Friday at home. And then next week we'll get into Eureka at home as well. Well, I guess I'll take this one first here. So coach is not here, and then the other one will come on.
Okay.
So, tell me when you can hear me.
Okay.
Talk.
Yeah, I can.
I got to hear you.
Okay.
Okay. So with Scout Nadeau, talk about your team. You know, Thompson Falls has swept you the last couple of years in the regular season, but it looks like you guys really took care of business. You really had a strong first quarter. I think you finished overall with 8 points, but you had 6 in the first quarter alone. What was your mindset coming into this ball game, knowing what they've done to you guys in the past, and what your team's mindset was in playing this ball game?
I think we really just came into this game to go at it right away, get up the floor, bring the energy, bring the intensity, because we knew they were going to be the same. So we really just told each other, we need to get in this game, we need to get ahead. Let's do this. We've been beaten by them in the past. This is our year.
Well, yeah, you guys played. I thought your defense really led to your offense. You put up 19 in the first quarter, but you held them to 8 points. Everybody really contributing, right? I love the way you guys get up and down the court and you guys share the ball. I mean, you get the rebound and you can take it up the court, and I've seen you do that a couple times as well. Talk about this team and what's different from last year, how you guys play as a team.
I think we returned 4 starters, and so we've been playing with each other since my freshman year. And I think we've really just meshed well together this season. We communicate. We're all best friends. We all respect each other. We trust each other, and I think that's a big part of it.
Yeah, I mean, I really enjoy your starting 5, but you have some key players that come off and hit some really good shots. Callie Martins, Callie Gambala, Ellie Jort comes off the bench. Annika. Kenny Wade's going to get some experience just as a freshman. They do a great job. So you guys are playing really well, and it was fun to come watch you guys. You guys really played, I thought, really good basketball, especially defensively. Basically scoring them to 8 points in each of the first 3 quarters. So that's tough to overcome you guys, and you guys really played well today.
Yes, sir.
So I will let you go, Scout Nadeau, and I'll talk to this other Valkyrie here, Madison Chapius.
Perfect. Thank you.
So, Scout, nice job. All right, we'll talk to Madison Chapius. Maddie, I say this because you only scored 6 points, but that doesn't – for people out there, they don't understand the justice. What you did on the backboard, I don't know how many rebounds you have. I don't have any stats, but your overall hustle and defense and shutting down other players. Talk about your mindset and what you think your role is on this team, what you do and think you do best.
My whole mindset is just to get all the rebounds and get the team going. I think my main thing is to get the fire. If we don't have the fire, then we're not going to play well. So I try to get the right passes and get the board so we can always get a second shot in the right shots.
Yeah, the stuff, points say one thing in the paper, but the things that go unseen is your defense and your rebounding and the energy you bring to this team. And you guys are so fun to watch. I watch you get up and down the court, and you guys share the basketball so well. So talk about what it is like this year, your junior year, right, playing with this team, and you got, 2 seniors, or actually 3 seniors, I'm sorry. Hannah Ayers is new, but 2 returners in Emma Barrett and Callie Martins. And what's that mean to your team?
It's tremendous. Not only can they not guard us inside because we have 3 good posts all at once, we also have amazing outside shooters, and we have a lot of depth and a lot of good role players and a lot of good players who are coming in and showing hustle plays. And we're a very good rebounding team also. I feel like this year we're getting a lot more rebounds and more shots, and we're passing the ball around really well.
Yeah, that's one thing I really noticed, how you guys are very unselfish. It's what we would call a team. And I don't know what the other teams are going to do to shut you down, because any one of you on the court can score. And so that's fun to watch. It's really fun to watch you guys play. And it's really fun to watch how you played today. You played all of you played an outstanding game, especially your hustle. That doesn't go noticed in the paper, but, coach sees it, I see it, and I try to relay that out to the fans out there that are listening. So thank you, and a great job, as always.
Thank you.
I always love talking to you, Madison.
Thanks. I just washed my hands.
All right, we'll talk with the head coach, and she's got to be ecstatic or really proud of the way your team came out. You scored 19 in the first, and you hold them to 8, and then you hold them to 8 in each of the first 3 quarters. Talk about that, how your defense, and I talk about Maddie and how she just really crashed the board. She brings an energy, right, to the team. All of them do, but that energy and going after those loose balls. And talk about your team and your mindset coming into this ball game.
Well, we just continue to emphasize defense is going to make our offense roll, and it's going to frustrate the other team. And it seems like when we are on our defensive end, we're just energized, we're ready to roll. And Maddie brought that energy with those huge boards.
Oh yeah, and I noticed a couple times. I mean, any one of those starting 5 or other kids, they can bring the ball. I saw a scout and they do get the rebound and take it up and take it right to the basket. So any one of them can take it to the basket. I was really impressed a couple times, and I don't know if you really noticed. I noticed, and I was talking to somebody else about that at halftime, both Braden and Avie really driving in there and waiting to the last minute to bring that ball up and roll it off the basket, which prevents them from blocking it, and then they get 3-point plays out of it. Talk about, the freshman. I know one's your daughter and the other one's Avie, but, I talk about Emma when she was a freshman and talking to her dad. Emma's wasn't at the level that these two are as freshmen.
Yeah, no, they're special. They really, really are special. They played a lot of ball together, and I think that shows their skill level is higher than a freshman level. And trust me, it's really nice to have on your own team. They just have a basketball IQ that is high.
Yeah, and it's tough to teach that to kids is the mental understanding of the game. You can shoot, you can pass, you can dribble, right? But the mental part of the game, your guys are so well coached, and they play so unselfish. That's just unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why you're so dangerous. I mean, you guys just have a phenomenal team. So I'm proud of you guys. I mean, it's fun to watch.
It's very exciting. I am enjoying this ride, and we just need to keep it up, keep the momentum up, stay focused as a team, and we can do some good things.
Well, you're doing a great job, your coaching staff, you and your coaching staff, with these kids and getting the best out of them, and they're showing up every night. So, folks, if you haven't seen them play live, you got to get out. Friday night they take on Florence, the Lady Falcons. Freshmen get underway at 4 by 5:30 for JV, and then varsity about 7. You got to come check these kids out because this is, to me, a once-in-a-lifetime team. You don't get these teams every day here at Bigfork High School. So, you got to come out and watch them because they're fun to watch.
Yeah, these girls deserve a big crowd on Friday night. We're looking forward to that.
So I'm looking forward to the game. Get to do the other aspect on the mic instead of radio. So we're looking forward to it. I know the NFHS was down tonight, so the folks out there listening really appreciate it. We have people from South Carolina listening. Amanda's parents.
Oh, cool.
So Ava's grandparents listening out there. So really appreciate that. I know the roads are slick, so make sure you guys drive home safely.
Okay.
Want to see you on Friday night. And I appreciate you always joining me on the pre and the post game show. Nice job tonight.
Yeah. Thanks, James.
Congratulations.
We appreciate you too. Thanks.
Okay. Thanks, Courtney. All right, Courtney Gunlock in the Scout Nadeau and Madison Chapius on the post game here from Thompson Falls. That'll wrap up things for me. And I'm not sure what Valkyries. Next game for the Valkyries broadcasting will be against Troy and a doubleheader with the boys. No, check that. We go to Loyola at the end, I believe, on the 29th. So I'll be broadcasting that doubleheader. But I'll be back here Thursday night for the boys against Thompson Falls on BFST events. Thanks for listening out there. Your final here from Thompson Falls. Bigfork Valkyries 69. Thompson Falls Lady Hawks 30 as the Valkyries move to 9-0 on the season. We'll catch you Friday night at home with Valkyries in action against the Lady Falcons. Thank you and good night wherever you are.